We're close. Well done. All of you have truly earned your place among the Dawnguard. Sarin is not far ahead. I am eager to speak with Isran and share all we have learned on our journeys. Just because we are in the presence of the Dawnguard, do not allow your guards to slip.
Why don't you save all that chit-chat for the wenches in the taverns?
You won't find many wenches here, friend. But you will find a hardy bunch. I can only hope their numbers have grown. That I have not been the only recruiter. Hurry now. The woods still feel alive. The fires are a good sign. The fort yet holds. An outer wall. Smart. This was not here last time. And I've learned from the previous attack. Hail! I come as a servant of the Dawnguard. I bring recruits. I speak for Esbern. One of you close it behind you. I did not recognize the guard. Good sign. More soldiers are here. It is what we need. The bodies remain. Assigned to others, perhaps. It was a small attack they made. But it was brash, nonetheless. To attack us here. Now. We were weaker then. Less of us. They were too sure of themselves. We won't have that same blind confidence. You'll earn it. This Isran, as I'm sure some of you already know, is a rather intense individual. But we'll all remain calm, and we'll do just fine. Behave yourself, Hoth. Please. We'll be back to killing again in no time. Ah, good. The others are here. Further fortification. All right. Let us join with the others. We have much to share. Isran.
All right, Isran. You've got us all here. Now what do you want?
Hold it right there.
What are you doing?
By the 9.
Making sure you're not vampires. Can't be too careful. So, welcome to Fort Dawnguard. I'm sure you've heard a bit of what we're up against.
Powerful vampires, unlike anything we've seen before. And they have an Elder Scroll. If anyone is going to stand in their way, it's going to be us.
This is all well and good, but do we actually know anything about what they're doing? What do we do now?
We'll get to that. For now, get acquainted with the space. Soreen, you'll find room to start your tinkering on that crossbow design you've been working on. Gunmar, there's an area large enough for you to pen up some trolls. Get them armored up and ready for use.
Armored?
In the meantime, we're going to get to the bottom of why a vampire showed up here looking for you.
A vampire?
Let's go have a little chat with it, shall we?
We're safe. Don't worry. Mostly theatrics. Stay close to me.
How is the work coming along?
Fairly well, I'd say. I've managed to get this far without blowing myself up. I still have all my limbs.
What are you doing that's so
Light.
Nothing. Well, not on purpose. But you never know. The strangest accidents can happen at any time. That's why I
Join the others in the meat hall, if you so wish. Or join me. I seek Isran. Those two seem to be getting along fine. If they have detained a vampire here, well, the information it might hold would be invaluable. But why? Why would it seek us here? Suicidal. Perhaps it wanted death. To see the dawn. Isran, I believe you owe me an ale. But first, to this vampire. The rest of you wait.
So let's hear it.
Isran. You foolish girl. You're here. Why? You three, make sure we stay alone. Serana, why are you here?
You probably weren't expecting to see me again.
No, I was not. I thought you returned to your family, to your father, to your kind. What are you doing here?
I'd rather not be here either, but I needed to talk to you. It's important, so please just listen, before your friend here loses his patience. Well, it's about me, and the Elder Scroll that was buried with me.
I see. You've taken a great risk to come here. Isran will stay his hand for now. He owes me that much. Tell me, what of the scroll?
The reason I had it, and why I was down there. It all comes back to my father. I'm guessing you figured this part out already, but my father's not exactly a good person, even by vampire standards.
No.
He wasn't always like that, though. There was a turn. He stumbled onto this obscure prophecy and just kind of lost himself in it.
Prophecy? I've heard many prophecies in my time in this land. Tell me, what of this prophecy?
It's pointless and vague, like all prophecies. The part he latched onto said that vampires would no longer need to fear the sun. That's what he's after. He wants to control the sun. Have vampires control the world. Anyway, my mother and I didn't feel like inviting a war with all of Tamriel, so we tried to stop him. That's why I was sealed away with the scroll.
I see. You took a big risk coming here, Serana. to tell me this, to tell the Dawnguard. Why? Why are you telling them now?
I'm sorry. I had heard there were vampire hunters here. I thought they might want to know about a vampire plot to enslave the rest of the world. Was I wrong?
No, you're right. It would be easy to convince the others that you're willing to help us. I, too, find it hard to believe. But in the little time I've spent with you, you've been decent and honorable. Very well.
Well, let's move then. I'm nothing if not persuasive.
I'm sure. Thank you. Very well.
All right, you've heard what it has to say. Now tell me, is there any reason I shouldn't kill this blood-sucking fiend right now?
This blood-sucking fiend you speak of, has a name. Serana. She came in here on her own volition. She does not want to see this prophecy ring true. She's tried to stop it more than once, burying herself for millennia. And now that her father reaches out for her once again, and the scroll, she comes here. You need to set aside your hatred. There's a larger picture here, Isran. We're trying to win a war, damn it. We don't have the soldiers to fight it.
Set my hatred aside? Not a chance. It's what keeps me strong.
I'm sure. I know of hatred. I feel it in my heart. But I trust her. Even if you don't trust me, I believe her. We need her.
You better know what you're doing. It can stay for now, but if it so much as lays a finger on anyone here, I'll hold you responsible. Got it? You hear me? Don't feel like a guest, because you're not. You're a resource. You're an asset. In the meantime, don't make me regret my sudden outburst of tolerance and generosity. Because if you do, your friend here is going to pay for it.
Thank you for your kindness. I'll remember it the next time I'm feeling hungry.
Serana.
So, in case you didn't notice the giant thing on my back, I have the Elder Scroll with me.
Yes.
Whatever it says, it will have something that can help us stop my father. But of course, neither of us can read it.
No. Who can?
Well, the Moth Priests are the only ones I've heard of who can do it. They spend years preparing before they start reading, though. Not that it helps us anyway, because they're all half a continent away, in Cyrodiil.
Cyrodiil.
An Imperial scholar arrived in Skyrim a few days ago. I was staking out the road when I saw him pass by.
Fortunate.
Maybe that's your Moth Priest.
Do you know where he's staying now?
No, and I'm not going to waste men looking. We're fighting a war against your kind, and I intend to win it.
As do
You want to
I.
find him? Try talking to anyone who'd meet a traveler. Innkeepers and carriage drivers in the big cities, maybe. But you're on your own.
Any idea how you're going to find a Moth Priest? Skyrim's a pretty big place.
It is. Priest. No. What do you think? Where would this Moth Priest go?
Well, back before the College of Winterhold was the first place I'd think to go for any kind of magic or historical thing. The wizards know about all kinds of things that people probably shouldn't know about. Actually, now that I think of it, I'm going to come along with you. I've been really wanting to get out and explore a bit.
Perhaps it would be safest. There are many soldiers here now. All of them with a burning hatred for your kind. It is too dangerous. And if any of them got wind of what that is, well, we could have trouble on our hands. Do you know of the Elder Scrolls?
I mean, as much as anyone. Not a lot. You'd figure a couple 100 years locked away with one would have given me some insight, but no. Turns out you don't learn much from just sleeping with something.
Try telling that to Hoff. Very well. We'll continue seeking this Moth Priest.
I guess so.
I need to know, were you always this way? A vampire?
That's a long story.
I see. You have a quiet moment here. I would like to know more. If you would share it, I would listen.
I guess we kind of have to go way back, to the very beginning. Do you know where vampirism came from?
I know enough to guess its origin as a Daedric Lord.
Exactly. The first vampire came from Molag Bal. She was not a willing subject, but she was still the first. Molag Bal is a powerful Daedric Lord, and his will is made reality. For those willing to subjugate themselves, he will still bestow the gift, but they must be powerful in their own right before earning his trust.
So how did you become a vampire?
The ceremony was degrading. Let's not revisit that.
Very well.
But we all took part in it. Not really wholesome family activity, but I guess it's something you do when you give yourselves to a Daedric Lord.
So you gave yourselves as a family to it. I can't imagine what that would do. How that would affect your family.
Well, you've met most of us. My father's not exactly the most stable, and eventually he drove my mother crazy with him. And it all ended with me being locked underground for who knows how long. It's definitely been a bad thing, on the whole.
I imagine. I do not mean to make light of your plight. Are you alright?
I will be. Just give me a little time.
Of course. Thank you. With the blood, bones, and skulls of her kind nearby. All right. You heard. The college. I have not been myself. I've seen it in the distance. Watch yourselves in here. We may have made enemies. Serana,
I knew you'd miss me.
I take it you could not find rest either. Very well. I have something to confess, if you would listen.
Oh, what is it?
I am no man. Not like the others in there. I've been branded, cursed, marked by Hersian. Another one of his hounds. Another of his beasts. It's why I came here. To protect those I loved. I'm sure the same as you were thinking as you entombed yourself. I fear losing control, it taking over. I fear it devouring all that's left of me. How do you cope? How do you not fall prey to your desires, your hungers? You stand before me now, yet you do not bite. You do not claw. Not like the others. I'm sorry. I've overstepped.
I'm surprised you think you can manage without me.
I don't. Can't talk with the others. I need your help. Teach me. I will listen.
Of course.
Beautiful, isn't it?
What now?
This land still finds new ways to take my breath.